Hi guys, I hope everyone's doing well and staying healthy. Today we're going to be talking about the Ode 1 at the end of Scene 1 and going into Scene 2. Ode 1, that we see that the chorus addresses the wonders of man but notes that man cannot withstand death. I believe I mentioned this the other day, that in the other video, that this is referred to as the Ode of Man. This is one of the most famous choruses in Greek tragedy. People are portrayed as masters of the world. We also have a lot of alliterations that take place in this ode and throughout the rest of Antigone periodically as well. We have light-boned birds and beasts, lithe fish lightning, and sultry shoulders. In this section, we also see that the divine law, it says, when the laws are kept, how proudly his city stands. When the laws are broken, what of his city then? We see here that the divine law and civil laws conflict in Antigone. The chorus does not make a distinction between either one, but it upholds the Greek belief that human accomplishment is made possible by fidelity to law. Now, Scene 2 opens with the Century leading Antigone and claims that he found her crying over the prince's body as she sprinkled dust and wine over him. Now, the first line of Scene 2 on page 503, it says, what does this mean? Surely this captive woman is the princess Antigone? Why should she be taken? So even the choragus is questioning that. And the Century said, here is the one who did it. We caught her in the very act of burying him. Where is Creon? Just coming from the house. So the choragus is surprised when the Century returns with Antigone as a captive. But the audience is not surprised. Antigone confesses to Creon that she has broken the law. And Antigone does not defy Creon with triumph, but she has her head lowered. So she is being apologetic, but she's not going to she's breaking his law, but we're going to find out what law she's not breaking in just a few minutes, or in a little bit of time, I should say. She tells Creon that there is a higher law than his law, which demands that she bury her brother. Because if she does not bury her brother, then the wrath of the gods come down on those that did not bury him. She will abide by this law, even if it means her own death, that her own uncle will kill her. The Century never mentions Antigone's name, probably for one of two reasons. One is that he's afraid of making Creon angry by mentioning his niece's name, or one that he's just plain old afraid of Antigone because she is the princess. So the Century is much relieved to have discovered that who is responsible actually for defying Creon. The Century provides a description of Antigone's second attempt to bury Polynices, and reinforces the impression that she is a person of unusual courage and determination. She is not giving up. She is headstrong, just like her father. She is not going to give up. Antigone is compared to a mother bird whose young have been taken, and both are grief-stricken. Section 6, we see that Antigone is concerned only about divine law. She believes the gods are on her side. And I'm going to read that section here. It's on page 505. It says, we ran and took her at once. She was not afraid, not even when we charged her with what she had done. She denied nothing. And this was a comfort to me, and some uneasiness, for it is a good thing to escape from death, but it is no great pleasure to bring death to a friend. Yes, I always say there is nothing so comfortable as your own safe skin. In denying nothing to the Centuries, Antigone foreshadows her defiant attitude that shows up later in the scene. Section 8, the Century expresses concern for his own life in contrast to Antigone's selflessness. We find out that he is very she's very selfless, but yet the sentry himself is fearful. Creon's repetition of "tell me" suggests the urgency of his desire to know the truth and hope that there has been a mistake. And on page 505, when Creon says, tell me briefly," that repetition shows an urgency there. And so he's hoping that there has been a mistake. With respect to the god that they're referring to, it's Zeus. And we're going to pick up there tomorrow and take notes and good notes on all of this information. Have a great night.